Alrighty, welcome back to Blurry Man Sits in a Field with some broccoli in the background and a giant Roomba. It's good to have you all back. Thank you so much for being a part of Fantathon. I was thinking the other day, we just got past the 1 year anniversary of Fantathon. It's just really cool to think that, we've been here together every Friday for over a year. It's like if you have some group of friends that gets together on the weekend or something, it's happened every day for a year, you know? We had one Friday where we did a double to make up for the other Friday because I was on vacation, and that's it. Other than that, every single Friday for over a year we've been here. And of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I also have the same group of people that hang out every week, but especially on Friday, a lot of you guys are here on Fridays, and those of you on the YouTube channel as well, a lot of you guys comment on pretty much every video, so I've read your comments every single week for the past year. It's just awesome. It's really humbling to have this group of friends, and I really mean that. This group of friends together every weekend to just hang out and enjoy Final Fantasy, which is what a lot of us grew up with, and now we're here just experiencing it all together. And, driving our Roombas. Okay, so let's see, I saved here because we can now explore the map a bit. Where are we supposed to go, though? Aren't we supposed to go to the next continent? I forget. I forget what had just happened. Oh, that's right. We're supposed to go to Travia Garden, which is not on the next continent, I don't think. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure. Let's go explore! I don't remember where Travia is, so we'll just explore. I don't think we can go to this continent at all yet. This is the big desert continent. I want to say we can go up here, though. Yeah, there's a beach. Nice little beach. Maybe it's this way. Yeah, we just got done with the awful concert. Hey, the concert was good. Shoutouts to Zell on bass. There it is. What's over here? I don't know why I'm looking for things, because there's really nothing to do on this planet ever, except chocobo stuff. It's really not much of a... It's not much of a side questy game. It's funny that people call, Final Fantasy XIII the linear one. I always make fun of that whole, trope that 13 was linear and ruined the series. Because, is this one not linear? I feel like 8 is so linear. It gives you the feeling as if it's not linear, but what are you gonna do other than go to where you're supposed to go? They're all kind of linear, yeah. I mean, even 7 has some side questy stuff, but you're really just going from point to point. I think the problem is the actual term linear. It doesn't... I think what they mean is that there's not much side questing. Because you can have side questing and a game is still linear. To call it not linear means that, like, there's multiple paths to go, and that's really not the case for any Final Fantasy. There's still a specific story that you have to play through, you know what I mean? There's side quests you can go do, but you still have to go back to the main story. So all Final Fantasies are linear. I think what the whole problem with 13 was people were like, oh my god, there's no side quests. Which they were, they're just at the very end. But in terms of side quest content, I think 8 is one of the weakest of the whole series. There's really not much to do till the end when you're already mega strong anyways. I will say, like, in the end there is a few cool things you can do. But most of the side quests suck too, like the poo-poo quest is dumb and the lake side quest is dumb. The Ultimate Weapon side quest is okay, but the puzzle to get there is dumb. The only real meaningful side quest is cards. Everybody do like the cards. And to its credit... what did my voice do? To its credit, the card game's cool because you can play it throughout the whole game. You know, 13 doesn't have anything like that. 13 is just play the game until the end, and then there's some hunts and stuff you can do. Whereas here, like, you could stop playing at any time and just go play cards, so... To its credit! The card game is good. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your definition of a linear game. Does linear mean there's no side quests? Or does linear mean you can't change the story or take multiple paths? You know what I mean? Or does it just literally mean, like, is it an open world game or not? Because I could see the argument all three ways. You could say 15 isn't linear because it's an open world. You could say 13 is linear because there's no side quests. Or you could say all of them are linear because they follow one direct story and you can't really change it. It's hard to say, like what does linear mean? And that's why I just found it so funny when 13 came out and there were all those videos of people being like, it's linear, oh my god, Final Fantasy's ruined. Go Limit Break, thank you for the host. And Dan, thank you so much for the 20 months. And Darth asked, I was wondering if you knew why the song Eyes on Me can't be found anywhere. It's not on the soundtrack. Well, Eyes on Me is from something else, right? And they just kind of like played it in the concert. So I guess maybe that's why. I don't know. They still should have put it on the soundtrack. Oh, the instrumental version is on the soundtrack. Well, there you go. Yeah, the real version isn't in the game, so... Or I guess, no, it is, because it's played later. Maybe they couldn't license... Maybe they could only license it for the game and not the soundtrack. I don't know. Looks pretty bad. Selfie! Also, this is really fitting music. Just looking at her home destroyed and just the goofy world map music is playing. A direct hit? Man, this really ticks me off. I'm going in. Be careful. Oh my god, Squall said be careful. The character development. Livestream, they really gifted sub to Wu-Tai Ninja. Yuffie is now part of our crew. Squall. Have you guys seen Selfie? Nope. We're looking for Selfie. She's right there. Like, use your eyes. Yeah, she ran off ahead. I wonder if there are any monsters around here. Come on, Squall, let's hurry after her. She's right there. Use your eyes. Your special eyes. Astro, think of the 13 months. You know, 13 is a game that I think I might like better to replay now, as I might be warmer to it after dealing with some stupidity in other games. Plus, I actually really like the sequels, question mark. But it also drove me really nuts back in the day. I had the opposite effect. I loved 13 when it came out, and then I tried to replay it, and I couldn't. So I'm hoping for Fantathon I have a better... I kind of lean into it better, because I tried to replay it like a couple years ago, and I like got bored to tears, and I couldn't get past the opening. This song doesn't really fit either, does it? So you've been looking after Selfie. Selfie's been a great help. Ah! What's wrong? That's not like Squall at all. Whatever. You know what bothers me? I've picked the nice option for every time I could pick for Squall to talk, I've always picked the nice option. And yet, it doesn't change. Like, everyone's still like, man, Squall's such a jerk. Like, what? Why even give me the opportunity to pick? It doesn't change anything. Young lad, what was your name and number again? Have you done a good deed for your academy, Travia Garden? Good deed, you ask? It's to help rebuild this place. Let's see, for example, have you donated to the Travia Fund? I'll give you an A. What kind of crooked teacher? I like the assault rifle sitting next to the gravestone. I actually really like the fluffy coat on the gravestone. That's cute. Yo, livestream, thank you for the gift that's up to TK. And Siri, how's it going? Thank you for the host. Let me read this real quick. This is my first time catching you live after at least 5+ years watching on YouTube. Watching you play Final Fantasy VIII actually made me enjoy it. I could never get past the first hour of the game. I'm glad that you've given it another chance. I'm trying to give it another chance too. Because I always liked 8, but like I said, I don't like the characters at all. So I'm trying to like keep my mind open, and maybe I'll have a better understanding of the characters by the end. Crimson Dragon said, to me, linear means not a lot of stuff that's off the beaten path, which 13 doesn't have a lot of. Now, as far as stories, yeah, most JRPGs are linear because they're telling a story, but that's just my perception of it. Yeah, I agree. 13 does have stuff off the beaten path, it's just not until the very end. And I mean, it does have, like, dungeons with other paths that have chests and stuff, like, you know what I mean? It's not like you just walk forward and fight stuff. Like, there is dungeon design in 13. It's just, there's no, like, oh, nice. I didn't know that was there. There's just no, like, gold saucer, you know? There's no, like, mini game area in 13. But yeah, I mean, 10 is just as, if not more, linear than 13. No one ever complains about 10. That's because 10 is a good game. Plus 10 has Blitzball. I guess that's kind of the big thing, is that, like, 10 has, like, a lot of the games have something you can do if you want to just switch it up. Like, if you've been playing 10 for 3 hours and you kind of just want, like, a break from the combat, you can just go play a game of Blitzball. Whereas 13, there's, like, nothing like that. If you want a break from the game, you just have to put the game down, because there's no, like, other thing you can do other than just continue the story. So I guess that's kind of one of the big things. And then 10 has one of, if not, like, the best post-game of the whole series. Maybe not as good as 12, but 10 has a really great post-game, and 13 has a post-game, but it's not that great. There's hunts in 13, but you can't do those till the very end. We have to remove this missile as soon as possible. There's no more threat of an explosion, but if it falls over, it could crush someone. Are you sure there's no possible that it could explode? Like, it might explode. Also, frickin' aura. Nice. Gee, I wish the faculty was a little more reliable. What do they expect the student body committee to do under these conditions? I don't know what you're talking about. You look like the kid with the mod card. We were just talking about who would have won the Travia basketball tournament if we had played. It's all because of the stupid missiles. That's a weird way to put it. Thank you, Livestream, so much for the gifted sub to Crimson as well. Welcome to the crew, Crimson. No, I don't think I ever read the diary entries, no. Mini PTSD from going through Thunder Plains. Dude, we all have that. All of us that played 10 when it came out. Okay, let's do our best to calculate our food and daily supplies. The calculator's broken too, so you have to be extra careful. Leave this baby up to me. I'll have it up and running in no time. We're the tech squad. Dude, Squall's got quite the honker in this position. Look at that. Look at that honker. Jesse, thank you so much for the 100 bits. And First Day, thank you so much for the Prime for the 8 months. Welcome back, man. Thank you. Hey, who are you guys? We're Travia Garden's Tech Squad. We all divided up into different squads to utilize each of our specialties. I like to press buttons. Oh, is it up? Whoa, I think so. Warning, personal data bank. Oh no! Well, I just came over here to press some buttons. See you later. I'm sorry, Selfie, can you forgive us? What? Why? Why are you apologizing? That teddy bear you gave me, I couldn't save it. Wow, we're no longer friends. I can hear him crying, he's lonely. My teddy bear is a lot stronger than you think. As long as you're all safe, Mr. Bear is very happy. Hey, I can hear him. Mr. Bear is watching over you secretly. So don't be naughty or sad all the time. Just remember, Mr. Bear is watching you. Okay, I promise to be good. Tell Mr. Bear I won't be sad or cry all the time, okay? Thanks, Selfie. Did you just teach the kids about Santa Claus? Sorry, I'll be there in a sec. Wait by the basketball court, okay? Where's the basketball court? A lot of people say that the ending of 10 is too easy because they go get the celestial weapons. And the celestial weapons are post-game specific. You can 3-shot the final boss with them. Well, you can 1-shot the final boss with them with a limit. But... We're back from our patrol. Huh? The next team isn't here yet? I think he overslept again. What? Not again. I heard he even slept through the whole missile incident. How do you... What? If he doesn't get here soon, does that mean I'm on double shift? Do it for Travia. Yeah, just do it. You just gonna leave her? Yeah. I was wondering, do you think this garden could have flew? No, it's on the ground. Please donate to the Travia Garden Fund. I don't think this one can fly. It's like grounded. This is like the ground, isn't it? I don't know. The only reason our garden could fly is because some like super special secret thing that was made 1,000,000 years ago. Yeah, like we're not, well, I guess that's true. We're not in the actual building. Maybe the actual building is similar, but I doubt it. I did it, everyone! I found a draw point during this while she's talking. I know the stage got destroyed, but I performed. My dream band. I was able to carry out my dream. You remember how we promised that we'd do something memorable for ourselves? Right? Remember? My performance. Our performance we were supposed to do. You all saw me, right? You heard me? I'll keep praying for however long it takes for you to hear, or playing. Our dream, it's much bigger and better than before. Or selfie. That's true, Galbadia flies too. I don't know, I don't understand that, actually. Because Sid made it seem like it was some big secret that the garden could fly, but Galbadia flies, so... Maybe it's not a secret, maybe they can all do it, I don't know. How's it going, username? Galbadia flies with magic? Maybe. I don't remember where the basketball court is. Maybe it's to the left. The revelation, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna keep an open mind about this, but I've never thought this was very interesting. Let's see. I'll ask you guys what you think afterwards. We're leaving as soon as Selfie comes back. We're on standby till then. Doesn't seem like the enemy has invaded this garden yet. Are they on their way? Where's the sorceress? We have to find her and... I've got to do something to show that Selfie can depend on me. Okay. Why the search for Alone? Alone inviting Squall back to the past, whereas the sorceress searches for it. Could it be the sorceress is trying to make that journey into the past too? Why did the sorceress come into the picture all of a sudden? Was she actually waiting for this opportunity? Wonder if she was living a normal life before all this. You know, ever since I met all of you, I've been doing some thinking. Can't stop thinking about it. I can't come up with an answer either. Sorry to keep you waiting. Is that an orange? Thanks so much for coming all the way out here, everyone. Cheer up, eh? Wow, good job, Irvine. You really did it. You told her to cheer up. Take me with you when you fight the sorceress, okay? I want to get even. I want my revenge. Is that a blitzball? Do we have to fight? Isn't there another way? You know, to avoid any bloodshed? Yo, what the? What are you saying all of a sudden? Maybe someone really smart can come up with a way, so we wouldn't have to fight anymore. What are you getting at? If someone can come up with something, that'd be great. But no one's doing anything. They're all scared, uneasy. All they do is complain. They just pretend to be thinking. What are you talking about, Squall? Who's pretending to be thinking? They criticize others, but in the end, they can't do anything either. Who's criticizing you? Renoa, why all this all of a sudden? What do you expect from me? She didn't ask you. I grew up in a garden. I'm a seed. Do you understand? Squall? You have to voice your feelings or else I won't understand. You were part of the resistance movement in Timber, right? Unlike others who were all talk, you took to your weapons and fought. And now you're saying all this? What happened to you? See, this is what makes me mad about Squall a lot of the times. Is that he should have said what he was thinking. What he was thinking made a lot more sense. But then what he actually said was like, well, you fought, duh. Like, like he's being like aggressive towards Renoa, saying like, well, you were one of the ones that fought back there in the resistance. But what he was thinking made a lot more sense to me if he had said that instead. Now he's just being not really a jerk, but that was more jerky than what he thought. I guess I'm getting scared. Sometimes when I'm with all of you, I feel like we're on the same wavelength, you know? Yeah, it is a bit relatable. I don't know. Is it? I tend to say what I'm thinking unless it's rude. You know what I mean? If what I think is rude, then maybe I'll say it a different way. I don't think the nice thing and say the mean thing. But when the battles start happening, it's different. Everyone's tempo seems to pick up and I get left behind. I try to catch up, but it's no use. How far is everyone going? I can't hear anyone. Once I catch up, I wonder, is everyone safe? Will they welcome me with open arms? Nobody knows what you're talking about. Is everyone okay? Will we all make it back together? When I start thinking like that, Renoa, I understand. Someone might not be there. Someone you love may disappear before your very eyes. It's tough when you live your life thinking that way. Honestly, how many parts of the game have we all been together? We've been split up, like, for most of the game anyways. I can't really think of any, like, big events where we're all there together at the same time fighting. But that's why I fight. When I was a little kid, I was about 4 or so. I was in an orphanage. Wow, you suck. Plenty of kids, all with no parents. It was around the end of the Sorceress War, so I guess it couldn't be helped. Anyway, that's where I was. And out of all the kids there, one was very special to me. Irvy, wanna play? I really like this girl, and it made me so happy just talking to her. So, Sephi, what you playing? War! I like how this starts off as like, oh, we get a little backstory to Irvine, and then it's like, wait a second, it's not even his backstory. Was that orphanage a stone house? You guessed it. An old house made of stone by the ocean? You guessed it. I knew right away when we first met. Hey, why didn't you tell us? Yes, why didn't you tell us? Because you two seem to have forgotten. It just kind of sucked that I was the only one that remembered. Spunky little Seffi and bossy little Quisty. That is just so weird. Huh? Hey, do you guys remember setting off fireworks? That was... this way. And then Squall was a ghost. Remember? Remember when Squall was a ghost? Remember when I got paid when I was in the past as a ghost? Remember that? I don't know how, but somehow I always get paid at the most awkward moments. Like it's always the most strange time to get paid. Kind of takes you out of it. Sis, where'd you go? You don't like me anymore? What a shameful sight. Look at those shirt JPEGs. It's just like 3 squares. They're not like folded or moving in the wind or bent in any way. They're just 3 flat squares. There's no J. They're just pegs. How about this? Yeah! The ocean, the lighthouse. We did set off fireworks. Yo! Kids aren't supposed to play with fireworks. I'm gonna tell on you. Crybaby Zell, go back to bed. If I remember this, does that mean I was there too? We all got in big trouble. Then, what about my parents in Balam? The Dinks in Balam must have adopted you. Yep, that's probably it. I was here. Oh, come on, stop it. Matt would help. Crybaby Zell. Who's that? Nah. Stop teasing me, Cypher. Oh my goodness. Cypher, my arch enemy. Wow, he was there too? Well... Cypher was always Cypher. Irvine, sorry, don't remember you. Oh! He disappeared. Quistis, I think you were difficult to deal with. Selfie, always full of energy. How come Cypher didn't disappear until I talked to... Quistis, that was weird. Or Irvine. Zell, always crying and screaming. Maybe that's why you hate Zell so much. Livestream, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Toast and username. Thank you. Cypher was there too. Except for Renoa. We were all there. Hey, that means... Yeah, I was there too. Sis. I can't get over how weird Squall looks standing there. Like, why is he so crooked? His arm looks like a hook. And his shirt is like rectangle. It looks like a rectangle. They couldn't have like they go back to this scene so much and it looks so bad. Couldn't they fix that? We've seen this exact pose like 9 times. I was always waiting for Sis to come back. I am all alone, but I'm doing my best. I'll be okay without you, Sis. I'll be able to take care of myself. I didn't turn out okay at all. Sis L. L. Alone? So Alone was Sis. She was a bit older than us, and we all used to call her Sis. Quistis, Zell, Selfie, Irvine, Cypher, Alone, and myself. Yeah. Not sure what the meaning behind all this is, but we were definitely together. You mean Sis is alone? She's the one that takes us back to Laguna's period. She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why. There can only be one reason for that. She must not be happy with the present. If that's the case, I'm definitely up for helping her. She's part of our orphanage gang. You didn't even remember who she was! Hey, Selfie, that goes for you, too. So Sis was alone, eh? Everyone was fond of Sis, but you, Squall, you kept hogging her for yourself. You sure have a good memory. This is really strange. I don't think I was adopted because of the way I am. Probably the same with Cypher, too. You two must have been at Garden by the age of 5 or so. Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage, and nothing about this has ever crossed my mind when I see him either. Don't you find that odd? That is strange. How about just the whole fact that we were all in the same orphanage? Isn't that strange? In my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Travia. That's probably why I forgot all about my childhood. That's what I think. But I don't know what's up with you guys. It's so odd that you would forget. Yeah, that must be it. You had a lot of fun. That's why you forgot. That makes total sense. I remember. Yes, I remember now. Things didn't work out too well at my new home. So I came to Garden at the age of 10. That was when I first noticed Cypher and Squall. Cypher and Squall were always fighting. Yeah, Quistis always used to break us up. Yes, that's right. I don't know, this... let me wait till the end of it. Cypher was a kid who always needed to be the center of attention, but Squall always used to ignore him. But eventually they would end up fighting. Squall could have easily walked away from it, but always took up the challenge. He should have just ignored him, but Squall, almost in tears, would say, I gotta do my best for myself, or else I won't be able to see Sis. I guess I was trying to take Alone's place. I tried, but to no avail. That's probably it. Even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Squall. I thought it was love. I had to hide my feelings because I was an instructor, but I've come to realize it wasn't. It was my childhood feelings as a big sister that lingered. Oh well. Okay. Just say that in front of everyone. I thought I loved you, but nah. Anyways. Yo, this is getting out of hand. We're forgetting way too much. I can't remember. The orphanage was located. Why leave? Let's keep talking. I'm not trying to leave. I don't know. She just said she doesn't love me. Maybe I won't talk to her. How about that? A misunderstood love? Actually, I'd completely given up when Renoa came into the picture. Hey! It must be the same for Cypher. How about you apologize? How about that? I'm sure Cypher has forgotten his childhood too. But whenever he sees Squall, his inner feelings start to boil and... Is that why he's always picking fights with Squall? Why is it that we forgot? We grew up together as kids. How's that possible? How about this? The price we pay for using the GF. The GF provides us with power, but the GF makes its own place inside our brain. So you're saying that the area is where our memories are stored? No, that's just a rumor the GF critics are spreading. How? Okay, two things. One, that's just bad storytelling to just, like, throw that in. Like, we should have heard that. Maybe you can hear that somewhere. Do you guys know if you hear that anywhere else? It would have been much better if we heard that over the course of the game and then it came up. It's in the database? Well, that doesn't count. Well, I need, like, main characters say. There should have been a scene where, like, someone ran up to Sid and was like, you know, like one of these conspiracy theorists, like, broke into Sid's office and was like, "You're making everyone forget things." And then they were like, "Get him out of here, security." And then they were like, "Anyways, don't listen to him." You know what I mean? But instead, it's like in the database. I feel like it should have been more, because this feels so ham-fisted. Just, oh yeah, that's what the conspiracy theorists say. Just kind of dropping it in right now. And then also, Irvine just randomly dropping that knowledge on us after all this. After this whole conversation, he's like, well, what if it's the GFs? And then the second thing, look at how Zell is standing right now. The way Zell's standing right now is cracking me up. He looks like he's ready for the runway. So if we keep relying on the GF, we won't be able to remember a lot of things. So now we just... There's no way Headmaster Sid would allow such a dangerous thing. Then how is it that I've remember while everyone else has forgotten? Well, in my case, I hadn't junctioned to GF until recently. That's why I remember a lot more than you guys. How about you, Selfie? Your first experience with the GF was when you came to Travia Garden, right? Yeah. I have a confession to make. Oh no. When I was 12, I went on an outdoor training session. I found a GF inside one of the monsters I defeated. I junctioned that GF for a while, so I have experience with GF too. But it's really weird. I can't remember the name of that GF. Must be the GF's fault. What should we do? That seems like... Why even have that? Why even say, like, she hasn't GF junctioned until now, and then she's like, never mind, I actually did. What should we do? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? So what do you want to do now? Or what do you want to do? You want to stop using GF now? As long as we continue fighting, we're indebted to the powers of the GF. If there's a price I have to pay for that, I'll gladly pay it. Hey, I know, let's all keep a diary. That way we'll always have something to remind us. Are you sure that's what you want? I don't know why you yelled that. Maybe that's for the best. Yeah, I don't care if I forgot about my childhood when Cypher used to pick on me. What's important to me now is having the power to protect my parents in Balam. They adopted me. There's no way I'm letting go of that power. Hey. Do you all remember Matron? She was always wearing black. Let's see. Very kind. Long black hair. Yes, I really admired her. I see a resemblance. Megatron. They look alike. Wait, I just pictured a face and... Look alike. Nah, that's not it. Metaton's name is Adia Kramer. Matron is Sorceress Adia. Matron, Sorceress Adia. Strange music. Seeds, roll out. Why? You're wondering why Matron would take over a country or fire missiles and whatnot? At this point, we probably wouldn't comprehend it even if we talked about it. You're probably right. Hear me out. Seed and Garden were all Matron's idea, right? I'm not a Seed, but I share the same feeling with all of you. Seeds are supposed to fight the sorceress, right? This is strange. That's right. It was when I was being tortured by Cypher. He wanted to know what seed was. Matron should know. The Matron is Sorceress Adia. There's no denying that. What does this all mean? Squall, you listening? So, like, this is what I wanted to say. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Just get on with it. I understand what Renault is saying. I understand, but still I'm gonna fight. I want to stay true to everything I've stood for. I'm sure it's the same for everyone. That's why I thought it'd be best if everyone knew we would have to face Matron. You've all heard this before. How life has infinite possibilities. I don't believe that one bit. There weren't many paths for me to choose. Sometimes there would only be one. With the limited possibilities I face, the choices I made have brought me this far. That's why I value the path I choose. I want to hold true to the path that had to be taken. I know our opponent is Megatron, whom we all love very much. We might lose something very important on account of the GF, but I don't mind. It's not like I drifted here on the tides of fate. I'm here because I chose to be here. And more importantly, we all grew up together. But due to various circumstances, we were all separated. As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own. There were no other paths to take. All I did was just cry. But somehow we're together again, just like old times, though a lot's changed. We're not kids anymore. We're strong enough to take care of ourselves. Make our own decisions. We're confronting a big one right now. Do we fight Matt Damon or not? I say we fight. Shoot for a common goal. Hey, at least that'll keep us together a little longer. Yeah, let's do it! We can't run from her for the rest of our lives. It's just a bummer. I can't believe we have to fight Megatron. I know. Bazelle's right, we can't run from her forever. Renoa, it's up to you. We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. If that makes any sense at all, come with us. I'm sure that's what everyone wants. Even though you have nothing to do with any of this. Look, look! A gift from the fairies! No, that's just the ashes of the dead garden building falling on top of our heads. Yo, you want to go check on Adia's orphanage? I wonder what it's like now. We might find a clue. Clue? You mean as to why Matron turned out like this? Probably has to do with something that happened in the past, but the past is the past. It's over, done with. What does that mean? What does that mean? What is this? What does that mean? I thought we just got done saying we all want to fight because of what happened in the past, and we're all sticking together because we grew up in the orphanage together, and we have to see where this goes, and we have to figure out why Matron is like this, and now it's just like, well, the past is the past. Like, you can't have it both ways. What? Hello? That just, like, goes against everything you just said. Despite what truth we find, it's not going to change the present. But I want to see, too. I don't know what we'll find, but let's head to Adia's house. Travia skip. I guess that's it. We're fighting. You guys are fearless. Fearless? I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard, you become lost. I think that's what everyone's afraid of. I wish we didn't have to fight either. Yeah, so when I said I like the Adia stuff coming up, I wasn't talking about that. That part mystifies me, for sure. I think it's alright, but it just doesn't hit me the way it's supposed to, I feel like, you know? I feel like that part of the game is supposed to be like the big shock that interests you, you know? It's supposed to be like, oh my god, we all grew up together, that's crazy, how could this possibly be? Let's go find answers. But it just doesn't hit me like that. The whole scene hits me like, why do we care? Like, what? This seems like a ridiculous coincidence that I don't care about. Like, yeah, it just doesn't... I don't feel like it hits me the same way that, like, it's supposed to. I feel like it's really supposed to be this huge revelation, and you're supposed to be really interested in why they were all together and how that works and stuff. But to me, it's just like, okay, they all lived in the orphanage, but you know what I mean? And it's like so forced, and a lot of the stuff, like, I don't know, it doesn't give us room to like figure it out ourselves. They just kind of come out and say everything that needs to be said. Maybe it would have been better if like this were split. So like at first they find out that, you know what it maybe would have been better is if like Irvine slowly started talking to each character about it. Like at first he tells Selphie and he's like, remember we grew up together? And she's like, no. And then he's like, yo, Squall, remember we used to be buds? And he's like, no. And then like everyone thinks that Irvine's just crazy. And then like, I think maybe instead of him just randomly starting to talk about it and then them remembering because he talked about it, wouldn't the revelation would have been, don't you think the revelation would have been better if it happened at the lighthouse? Like they got there and they were like, man, this place just seems so familiar. And then they started like finding their stuff there or something. Then they're like, how could my journal be here? That's so weird. Like it could have been done so much better. Like maybe Squall like finds his old Charlie Brown shirt and he's like, how is my Charlie Brown shirt here? This is so strange. And why is it right next to Zell's old hot dog wrappers? Like, how is all this in the same place? This makes no sense. And then they all remember or something, you know what I mean? That would have been like way better than just randomly in Travia they just all remember. Right? And they could have had this great part where like they're all there and they find Squall's Charlie Brown shirt and they find Zell's hot dog wrappers and they find Quistis's old pictures of Squall or something, I don't know. And then like Adia walks out and she's like, you remember me? We all lived here together. And they're like, oh my god. Like that would have been so much cooler if they like put Adia in there instead of them just being like, oh yeah, by the way, Adia was there. You know? It would have been so cool to like have her be the one that told them. They like it'd be similar to the way Sephiroth tells Cloud, right? Like Sephiroth tells Cloud you weren't there and he doesn't believe him at first. It would have been so much cooler if like Adia came out and she was like, I actually, you know, raised all of you. And they're like, what? That can't be it. The person we're trying to kill and the person that tried to kill us is the one that raised us when we were kids? This can't be true. And then they slowly like come to terms with it. That would have been so much better than just Irvine randomly remembers. And then there could have been this whole part where like, oh my god, the reason we don't remember is because we're using the GFs, but the GFs are what help us defeat the sorceress, so like what do we do? And maybe there could have been like a dungeon right after the lighthouse where they all unequip their GFs and then you get like smashed in the dungeon and they're like, oh my god, what do we do? Like we need like a physical, you know, something to like physically give us the feeling that they're feeling. Because I don't get it. It's just like text and it just kind of goes over my head and I don't care. We need like a dungeon that we go in without the GFs and get smashed. Usually I don't like parts in games that auto kill you. But this would have been a great use for that. Where like you unequip the GFs and you go into a dungeon and you get smashed by the enemies and then they're like, oh my god, we have to equip them or else we're never going to get through. And then you could have physically felt the ramifications of unequipping your GFs. Instead, they're like, maybe we should unequip them, and then nothing happens, and no one cares, and they never forget anything again for the rest of the game, as far as I remember. Like, this is the only thing they forget. Everything else is fine. They remember their training, they remember everything from this point to the end of the game. It's just the one thing that's relevant for the plot that they forget. So like, yeah. But I think it would have been much better if this revelation happened in the lighthouse. then it would have actually been cooler, and they could have slowly built up to it. You could have walked in and found some stuff, and then been like, how in the world did Squall and Zell know each other back then? That seems really silly. And then you go to the next part, and you find something that Selphie had, and then you go to the next part, you find something Quist had, and then you get to the lighthouse, and you're like, man, this lighthouse seems so familiar, what the heck? And then Adia comes out of the lighthouse, and she's like, I was the one that raised all of you, and you're like, oh my god. Would have been really cool. Yeah, and like there could have been a cool flashback to when Irvine tries to shoot Adia, because the whole idea is that he actually doesn't shoot Adia because he knows who she is. But you don't even, honestly, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that until I played the game again. You know, there should have been a cool flashback where Squall was like, oh my god, that's why you didn't shoot her at first. Instead, we get a bunch of text that just ham-fisted tells us exactly what we need to know, and then boots us to the world map where we get this freaking music. And it's totally not epic, and no one cares, and we just move on. So yeah, I don't think watching that scene again did it any justice for me. I think I just dislike it even more now. And then Squall says whatever. That's how the story goes. Yeah, but see, that's why my version would have been better, Ashgar. Because the whole idea is like teenagers don't like to talk about their feelings, but then they just stand around and talk about their feelings. Wouldn't it have been so much better if they like were forced to, because they went to the lighthouse and found, like Squall found his old wooden sword, and Quistis is like, isn't that your old wooden sword? And now he's forced to say something about it because he can't just be like, that ain't mine, you know? So then they're like forced to come to terms with it. There was no reason why that conversation had to happen other than just Irvine eventually decided, all right, I have to tell him. And then they all just stand there and talk about it, which doesn't even really fit their characters. You'd think that Squall would have just been like, this isn't part of the quest, let's move on. It's over here. You can get in here, but this is just woods. You can't even land, can you? Because it's all woods. Man, I hate this world map. I always end up driving around for like ages. I think... I want to say Odin's over here? But you can't Tokyo Drift on there? Yeah, that's why Irvine hits on Selphie, but it's funny because he hits on everyone else too. Even though he remembers, so that kind of makes him look kind of bad. He hits on Quistis too. When they first meet. Let's go, Magic. Yeah, I don't think you can do any of this yet. Can you do anything in here? Blink, blink, nope. Blink, 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 blink. Blink, blink, blink. I think this is where the ship hides out later and you have to find it. It's like the dumbest crap ever. They're like, the ship's hiding somewhere. Have fun searching the world map for hours. It's like in here. There's the Cactuar. Wait, is this the Cactuar? Is that just a regular desert? Blink, 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 blink. Maybe it's over there. Hitting the select button. Why would I do that? Oh my god. You guys like the globe? Aha. There's that. Guess we can do this now. Globe.